Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video, it's time for some fantastic news as Curse City gets its first expansion. An article was just published on the Warhammer community site sharing the new Curse City expansion Night Wars. So in this video you'll see everything included in that article and the box contents. So let's get started and get stuck in right away to this new expansion. Now the article was a bit misleading. It was very exciting as I was reading through it at first, but as I got down to more of the contents of the box, it pointed out that the expansion contains no miniatures. So you're going to have to buy those 3 vampires separately, as separate models, to be able to use them alongside the rules included in this expansion. So that's going to make it potentially quite expensive, and it's going to be very interesting to see how much this box set of rules is going to be, and then adding on top of that the cost of the vampire models if you want the Games Workshop ones. And if you do want those models, that means you're going to have to purchase not 1, not 2, but 3 vampire models at the individual prices. It really sucks that they're not including the models in this box set. I think it's going to be difficult to sell perhaps just a set of rules like this. It's not very exciting. I always like to pick up the models whenever I'm buying anything like this for the games. So yeah, it's going to be a difficult one, I think. But on the other hand, it dawned on me that you might already have these models, and in that case it's going to be quite exciting to have the rules. So let's have a look at how they fit in to the game. Now in the Curse City narrative, these 3 have arrived in Curse City with plans for the throne of the Ebon Citadel. So now your heroes are going to have the chance to do battle against all 3 of these. It looks like they're going to be like different bosses, so you're going to take on one at a time as you face off against them in Curse City. So that should be pretty fun, and I'm sure as you build up to take on these vampires, there'll be some dead ends along the way as you do battle against their minions throughout the city. I'm going to stick my neck out here and say that perhaps a lot of us don't have these vampires. I know I didn't buy them as much as I wanted them. I thought buying them individually was quite expensive. But perhaps now with these new rules in the expansion, that's going to be more of an incentive for us to pick up these models. Or we could just proxy them, use other vampire models we have from other model makers. But if you haven't seen them, let's focus on each of the 3 vampires that you'll need to play out the rules in the expansion. The first of them is Lady Annika, the Thirsting Blade. What a great model this was. When I first saw it, I just thought it was brilliant. But because I kind of went off Curse City because of all the drama around it and how everything didn't pan out as the stakeholders would have expected, I didn't pick up this model. And I just don't think this expansion is going to be enough for me to go out and grab the model now. The next one is Kritza, the Rat Prince. Again, this guy's got a crazy story behind him. As he escaped the city, he devoured these rats, and now they're part of the model and his aesthetic. And it's just nuts how these tails are coming out from under the cloak, and he's got all the huge rat pelts wrapped around his shoulders. And the third vampire is going to be the Vampire Lord, Carmilla Dusang. And I'm a sucker for a great model, and this one is just awesome. And it would really fit alongside the Crimson Core Underworlds models, I think. I think those with this one together would be brilliant. And playing them in Warcry, what a great combination that would be. There is one other thing it says in the article that you'll need to play this expansion. So it's not going to come with those vampire miniatures, we know that now. But it does say you need a set of Fellbats and Radakar the Beast to start immediately. And so if you've already got the Curse City box set, that's not going to be a problem. Maybe you bought those miniatures separately as part of your Soulblight Gravelords collection, so that's cool. But if you have neither of those things, you're not even going to be able to start it until you get them, or of course proxy some other models from another collection or another manufacturer. So if you were on the fence about picking this up, that could well be the final nail in the coffin. This picture shows you exactly what is going to be included though, so there's potentially another set of tiles there, a couple to add on, lots of tokens, some of the different cards, the character cards for the main vampire villains in this, and then the quest book as well. It looked pretty cool to get the expansion, but I've got some mixed feelings here. I think the stakes were pretty high for Games Workshop to get this right, and I just don't think they've nailed it here. And on reflection, imagine how cool this would have been if those models weren't released yet and we got to see them for the first time in this expansion. It would have just flown off the shelves. It would have been amazing. I really don't know how popular this is going to be without the models in there, and I just don't know if there's enough following behind the game to be able to sell an expansion like this without the models included. I know we expected these expansions, but I am surprised they didn't put out the Cursed City box set again, because they've got it planned for later this year, and I thought they might have released that first before the expansions, and then people could get back into the game, get that hype going, and then start expanding on it. So it's a bit weird, the timeline's a bit strange going backwards, but it is what it is, and as we count down to the re-release of the Cursed City box set, the expansions might come more into their own then, and I think maybe people will be picking them up alongside the main game. One thing to note about the main game and the box set itself, it's not a revamped box set, it's going to be the same one we got hold of before, so don't expect anything new in it. It's just now available in more bigger quantities, so everyone should be able to get a copy. But if you've already got a copy, then you can certainly now start playing through the expansions, and I guess we're going to see more of them coming frequently now as we build up to the release again of the box set. This does raise the question though, have we seen all the models that should have been in these expansions already? Have they been released as part of the Soulblight Gravelords range? And now will all the future expansions be like this, where there's no models included, just rules, cards and extra tokens? Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'd love to hear what you think about this. It's going to be some interesting reading in the comments section, I think, so really looking forward to that. And apologies for all the puns throughout the video. I'm a bit long in the tooth to be doing this. Hey, there's another one. And if you like the video, please hit the like button, subscribe for more videos like this one, and don't forget to hit that notification bell too to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who make these daily videos possible, and if you're interested in joining the community, it'd be awesome to see you there, and I'll put a link for that in the description down below.